afternoon. How is everybody?
Good.
So today we're going to be looking at weathering. Do we know what weathering is?
I don't know.
Jenny, do you know what weathering is?
The sky.
It's not the sky. Well, there is the weather, but we're going to be looking at weathering. And weathering is basically how a rock is turned into soil or sediment. So there are two different kind of ways that this can happen. They can happen mechanically or chemically. So mechanically, we'll say we have a piece of paper here, and I rip it. Is it still paper?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we mechanically broke the paper in half. Well, rocks, this happens by wind, where wind erosion basically turns the rock into soil, or water, or ice. Ice will freeze and expand inside of the rock and break the rock apart. Okay, so that's mechanically. Chemically, the weathering can happen by acid rain, or like a fungus on a tree. This is lichen. Anybody ever seen lichen before?
Yeah.
Well, lichen has acid inside of it, and it actually breaks down the rock, okay? Or it could happen by like rust on a rock. So like rocks actually have minerals and metals inside of it, and the minerals and metals will get rusty, and the rust will break it down because of the oxygen, and it'll break the rock down. So if we want to look at the seashell, a seashell is made out of calcium. Same thing your teeth are made out of. Okay, and here we have a thing of acid, so this is going to kind of represent acid rain. So when I put the seashell into the acid, what do you think is going to happen?
It's gonna bubble?
It's going to bubble. A chemical reaction. Do you still think it's going to be a seashell at the end?
No.
No, after a while we leave it in there, it's actually going to break it down to something different. So chemically it goes to something different. So here is the seashell.
Bubble.
Can you see the bubbles?
I can see it, and the little bumps on it are going away.
Yeah, so the seashell has chemically been broken down, and that's kind of how like acid rain or the acid in the fungus or the rust actually chemically breaks down rocks. So that's our two ways of weathering, mechanical and chemical.